Hello and welcome to episode 44 of Nugget's Dungeon Terrain. Here you'll see 3 sewer tiles that hopefully will give you some creative ideas for when it comes to making your own. To a thief, a sewer might seem like a really good place to hide your loot. This is a sewer corner section, and in the corner there will be a shovel, a crate and a treasure chest. Part of the wall is going to be dug away, and the treasure chest is going to be half pushed into it. This will hopefully leave the players with the impression that the thieves were disturbed or maybe taken away by something else that lives in the sewers. The X marks where I will use a hot wire to burn out a small section. This is where the thief is digging into the wall. And here I'm just using an old stiff brush to get rid of some of the waste burnt foam. So here I'm adding some bits of plasticine and a bead. I've used super glue so that as I push the bead in, it will melt and fuse with the foam. In the corner I've added a small curly shell and the end of a matchstick. I wanted it to look like, in the corner, rubbish collected as it moved around the edge of the sewer. An artist medium gel is then applied, remembering to put the strokes in the direction that the sewer waste would be flowing. A small piece of foam board foam and the end of a toothpick are going to form the shovel. The crate is a small wooden cube with parts of matchsticks sliced through and added to the corners. I've added a few rocks, which are just offcuts, rounded off of XPS foam, and a little bit of mud effect. So a sluice is some kind of simple machine that diverts water flow, in this case sewer flow. These simple foam blocks will become a small flight of stairs. At the top will be the chain where the sluice could be pulled up or released to go back down. In the base of the sewer trench you can see I've melted a hole. This is where the effluent will flow through as long as the sluice is raised and open. Matchsticks and balsa form most of the elements of the sluice. So I melted a hole through the top and the side using a hot wire poker, and to each of those added a small washer and a bead to make it look like it was a reinforced intentional hole for the chain to slide through. Through that I poked an old necklace chain. The chain is held in place at the top by a bolt, which is actually a pin. In one of the spaces I've added some spider web, and in the other side I just added a skull. Very small amounts of artist medium gel were applied using a toothpick to the bottom support legs and the bottom of the sluice gate. In the third dungeon tile, I wanted to play around with the idea of some kind of fence or gate where the warriors could see the enemy on the other side and maybe fire through or stab through, but couldn't actually move into that space easily. So I started off with this frame. The outside will be timber. Here you can see it's made out of XPS foam, and the bars are made out of toothpicks. The portcullis was made using basically the same technique. The crossbar in the middle is XPS foam, and it's been cut into the wall that makes part of the room section. Here's a couple of examples of how these three sections might work together. So, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you back next time for the last in this sewer series, where you'll get a chance to see how I used the real rat skull that I first showed in episode 33.